Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Joshua.
I'm Madison.
Thank you again for stopping by and watching another one. It's crazy to think the way the year has been going that school will be starting up or already has started up. So we thought it would be good to talk about 5 different things to look out for, 5 different things to check in on if you're a student, if you have a child who's going to be going to school and is blind or visually impaired. Just a disclaimer though, not all 5 of these points may apply to you. Figure out which ones are most applicable to your situation. And with that said, let's get into it with number 1.
So this tip actually applies to everyone. I know that with school starting online, it's gonna be a really different experience because a lot of people won't be physically in class. So with that being said, you have to be careful about how you budget your time and where you are working because you just don't want to get distracted like some people who like to procrastinate. I think it would be a good idea for you to take a look at maybe, let's say if you're in college, you have a syllabus that your teacher will give you that will outline the lesson plan throughout the semester. Or if you're in high school, sometimes the teacher will go over what assignments are due for the whole week. Take out a planner or a calendar and write down everything that is due, when all of your tests are, so then you can get a gauge of when you should start those assignments so you can complete them in a timely manner, but also do a good job at completing them. One thing that Jesh had told me that actually is pretty important is look at the school calendar and know where all of your breaks are. When your winter break is, when your spring break is, when Thanksgiving break is, because you don't want to wake up on one of those vacation days and be all, oh my gosh, I'm late for school. Take into consideration where you're working too, because you want to be in a place where you can focus, not be distracted, give your teacher your full attention all the time.
All right, so number 2, you want to get connected to Department of Rehabilitation, Department of Rehab, or also called DOR. They're a great resource. They help with setting you up for your educational plan, career planning, job placement, different things like that. Most states will have some sort of DOR in place, so it's easy to just Google your state and then maybe Department of Rehabilitation or DOR. We could link the California DOR down in the description below. But in terms of school, they will help you out with your educational plan. They'll help you out with paying things like tuition, books and other supplies, some transportation, help you out with assistive technology, things of that nature. Of course, there are things that you have to consider like your eligibility. You have to look into the paperwork. There are going to be things that DOR does require of you, like sending in your grades every semester. They want to see that you've applied for financial aid. Essentially, they're a great resource to help supplement your education and help to make sure that you're staying on track. One tip I would give is to keep documents of everything. It's a good practice to start early because it's something that will be important as you look for work, as you're working with your teachers. So if any emails are sent back and forth, keep records of those emails. If you have a phone conversation, send an email just to follow up or to confirm all the information that was said. That way, if any mishaps or questions, concerns come up, you have documentation to clear up the situation.
Number 3 is connecting with your disability services department in your school. So if it's in high school, usually you'll be provided with an IEP team, or you'll be provided with some sort of teacher who is trained in helping students with visual impairments. They're usually provided by the district. Or when you are in college, you are to work with your disability services department at the college. The college provides it. They provide counselors within that department who help you get the accommodations you need to have a successful education experience. The Disability Services Program provides extended timing on tests, alternative materials. Do you need your textbooks in Braille or in large print or in MP3 audio? And they can also help work with you and your teachers to come up with a process that'll help you learn a lot easier. Find out about them and try to get connected with them as soon as possible. If you are a freshman, Get connected with them in the summer. Like, I can't stress how important timing is in this situation, because you want to make sure, especially in college, that you are walking into your classes prepared.
I would say as soon as you know you're going to be attending the school, or I think like if it's, you know, you're really considering it, let the school know. And once you make that final decision, then reach out to them again, let them know you want to get the paperwork or things like that started, because you want to make sure that you're set for things like orientation day. So the big difference between working with DOR and your disability services program is that DOR, they help you out with your education in a broad sense, meaning they'll help you with, you know, tuition, books, supplies, assistive technology for your home, things like that. So it's geared towards employment. That's why they're helping you with those services. The disability services programs are more on-campus things, so connecting you or helping you and your teacher figure out what accommodations will make your situation, you know, a lot easier. They don't have gadgets to give you, but a lot of programs will have some type of assistive technology lab where you can, you know, use a screen reader or a magnifier on campus. So they're more of the on-campus, you know, help you throughout your education experience. They do also have academic counselors there as well. So, you know, rather than going to just the general education counselors, maybe you might be able to go to the disability services counselors also. That's another option. And then when you go to your major, you can see both your major counselor and then still talk with your disability services counselor.
So that brings us to our next point. I honestly like to actually talk to my teachers a little bit before school starts. Ever since I was in middle school, my mom had made a brochure about me. It was called the All About Me brochure, and it had everything that a teacher would need to know if they had a blind student in their class, which they did. It provided information on me in regards to my diagnosis, what I see, what I don't see, what kind of accommodations would I need. I would like things to be enlarged in 18-point font. If a teacher's writing on a smartboard, can you only write in blue and black ink? Don't be writing in green because it's hard to see against the white background. Or when I'm raising my hand, call on my name first so that I know that you are calling me. I also provided contact information. Like in high school, it used to be my orientation and mobility teacher or people from my IEP team. And then in college, it would be my DOR counselor or the disability services department. I would come maybe a week before school starts, and then I would personally introduce myself to my teachers just to let them know, hey, you have a blind student in your class. And I did this all the way up until high school, until I realized you can also do it through email, which saves so much time. Subject line, blind student in your class, and your name. And then have the brochure in there just saying, hey, I'm a blind student. Here are some things that maybe you could get to know about me before the first day. I'm excited to meet you. When it gets to the first day of school, they will at least know about you. They've at least read the subject line. Chances are they probably haven't even read the pamphlet, which is totally fine. But at least that they do know that a blind student is in their class.
I really want to stress the collaborative effort because one, you don't want to just be sitting there in class expecting the teacher to make everything happen if they don't know what's going on. So if they don't know the situation, they can't really help you, and they could do everything they can, but they need your input. Maybe they haven't worked with a student who's blind or visually impaired before. Working with you can help them refine their skills. Alright, so our fifth and final item to look into, as we said earlier, since students are going to be doing a lot of virtual learning or distance learning this semester, this school year, it's important to get familiar with the platform that your school, your professor will be using, whether that's Zoom, Google Hangouts, Google Classroom, so that you can participate as best as you can. That includes turning on and off your camera, turning on and off your mic. You don't want to have weird mishaps going on. You want to make sure you know how to interact in the chat box, how to raise and put down your hand. And while you are doing that, it's important to look into how either the accessibility features on your computer, your screen reader, your magnifier works with the platform. So are you able to navigate it with JAWS and NVDA voiceover? Can you see the buttons well enough with things like zoom text? Are there accessibility functions within the platform? So the reason you want to do that ahead of time is because you don't want to miss out on class participation or a lecture simply because you can't interact with it because of your required accessibility needs. You know, if the platform isn't accessible, continue to work with your teacher and your disability services program to find alternative methods until that accessibility issue can be resolved. So just to recap, first and foremost, find a productive space, allot your time towards your schooling. You want to connect with DOR, you want to connect with your disability services program, and you want to connect with your teacher. And finally, you want to familiarize yourself with the virtual meeting space platform that your school and your professors or teachers will be using. If you like this video, we would definitely appreciate it if you drop us a thumbs up, drop us a like, and if you want to stay tuned to when our videos will be dropping, definitely subscribe, join our little community. We would appreciate it. Comment down below, let us know your thoughts. If there's any tips you would have, we would definitely love to hear it, and I'm sure other people would like to hear it as well. See you in the next one. Adios. Toodaloo. Ingat kayo. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you would like to learn more about blindness or would like to check out more of our videos, check out the links in the description down below. We'll see you in the next one.